All right, good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Gold-talker. Now, welcome to Kwokwe Radio and Television Station where they giving a back-to-back as they happen, as they share for the Obodo, Nigeria. Still on top of this political analysis and on top of the Bola Ahmed administrative and the ball of contention within the Lagos Coastal Highway construction, where they share, where the argument they go up and down, that this contract has violated the rules of procurement. And Tinubu has refused to follow the due process. Therefore, Tinubu needs to be impeached on so many matters that he has wrongly, illegally approved some contract and appoint some contract to an individual company. All right, still, if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, try as much as possible. May take Puchikon so that you yourself fit the suburb waiting the shell for the Obodo, Nigeria. All right, Dr. Barrister Darlington has come on board, and Mr. Akin of Afenifere, that both parties they are on interview and debating on this note that Tinubu must be impeached on this illegal appointment of different contracts, most especially on the Lagos Calabar Highway, Coastal Highway. On this matter, they have been talking. And Barrister Darlington has said a lot of his own point of view, which we all Nigerians are aware of. But you know, on this matter, the Mr. Akin of Afenifere has also come on a point saying that Tinubu must not be impeached, that whatever Tinubu is doing right now is on the right path. Let's watch the video. So I'm go be like saying, let me talk this matter finish. Watch the video. We'll be right back.
Barrister, first of all, do you think that the president committed an impeachable offense by by the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway project not going through public procurement process? What's your thought about that?
Yes, he has. Seriously, he has, and many other. Seriously, he has committed several impeachable offenses. And the reason why Tinubu has been doing this thing from one infamy to the other is because I don't know whether this National Assembly, they are under a spell. Because they are looking at corruption.
I'd like for you to break it down.
Yes, I'm coming.
Okay.
When that project started, the National Assembly was not even aware. At the point, they said they should stop work there. That they want to investigate what is going on. How the money came about and all that. There was no bidding. The National Assembly, they called for the stoppage of work there. But what happened? Tinubu continued. Please, is that not enough to start impeachable proceedings against him? Is that not enough? On your own, you just woke up. Started with no bidding, no appropriation, nothing. Which government runs like that? Eh? So, anybody trying to say this and that, no, let us call a spade here. Tinubu have been committing infamy with our finances. It's on record. With our finances. And that is the core of our problem. This man just to throw money right, left, and center without approval, without anything. Spending money anyhow. For example, this money is given the National Assembly for constituency allowance. Who approved it? Who approves it? The people they get the money even came to tell us that this is how much they are collecting now.
Okay, Barrister, let's stay within the impeachable offense with regard to the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway. Now, what is the state of that road? Because as at now, a lot of Nigerians don't even understand. The first thing we heard was that it was PPP. Another thing, the last time we heard was that High-Tech was doing it pro bono.
Exactly.
You know, so are you able to tell Nigerians what is actually, does it have appropriation? That road, does it have appropriation? Was it captured in the 2024 or 2025 budget and all of that? Do you have an idea?
Not at all, not at all. I say capital, not at all. That is why they are lying. That's why Umahi is lying. To tell us that High-Tech is doing it pro bonus. So that we will say, the man is doing not a favor. Mr. Okoro, go and check. In the construction company all over the world, High-Tech is not even the first 10 or the first 15. High-Tech is not there. Go and check it. It's there on the internet. So, what is this noise that they are this and that? They are not there to say that the best in the whole world. And why would they be doing such a contract on a pro bono basis? Meanwhile, you were told about how many trillion. Somebody mentioned the amount to us. We ask, where will this money come from? Since it was not appropriated.
About 15
trillion.
yes.
Yes.
Naira.
Tinubu did not come out and tell us this is how he's going to fund this. He didn't talk, he didn't say anything. He just do it on his own. As if that our life will depend on that road. But Mr. Okoro, are you aware that the East-West Road can cross the same 9 states? Why can't Tinubu finish it first? Why can't he finish that one that PDP started and conclude it and then even claim the credit? It doesn't matter. Finish that road. It will serve the same purpose this one want to serve.
But Barrister, talking about the East-West Road, let me bring back Mr. Akin into this conversation. Mr. Akin, some people have alleged that, look, that the 47-kilometer stretch, which was the initially proposed first tranche of the road, that only 30 was done. Some people have said, look, the president merely did it to Atlantic City, where he has interest with Chaguri, High Tech, and the president didn't hide that. He called him his partner.
Yes.
You know, so if the president had called a contractor my partner, do you still think he didn't commit an impeachable offense? That looks like having business in business, and it's against the ICPC Act.
Now, Shure and the factional faction of Afenifere have clearly stated there's conflict of interest.
Okay.
If you're a student of business, a conflict of interest arises when you have your own, your friend, your wife, your husband, being given undue advantage over others. However, the study of ethics that I know internationally now then says, if that is going to happen, declare. When you declare and you don't hide it, and then perhaps audits and controls now eventually find it out, that means you are trying to do something that is not toward. Yeah, Mr. President spoke about Shagori, who has dared to dare, and he has spoken. And if you look at the Apapa Oshodi, from Oshodi down to Oworonshoki and the Ojota Road, that was done by, call it, the main actor in the private sector, Dangote, for 22 months. Nobody ever believed that was going to be possible. By bringing in the capacity to do an intermodal road that went beyond transportation. So I do not think that Mr. President coming on the day he was going to commission the 30-kilometer has committed any impeachable offense. He has merely acknowledged the other stakeholders who have helped the Hope agenda, which I still very much believe on. And then you said that the 30-kilometer over 47,
When you say helped him, so you think that this particular
47 kilometer, the remainder has been explained.
Mr. Akin, the help him you just made mention of now, are we seeing a situation whereby Nigeria's wealth, Nigeria's money is being used now to, more like, reach and give a handshake to someone who have helped you in one way or the other, more like compensation? Is that what we're seeing playing out actually with this particular project? Because if you said that there's nothing wrong with the president's giving or this particular contract being given to High Tech, who we know has Shagori to be the head or the CEO, and you're taking it back to other construction that he's been able to do for him while in Lagos and all that, the help he has received around him thus far. And to this point, we're having trillions of naira, trillions of taxpayers' money, trillions of borrowed money that you and I actually had to pay in the nearest future being given to an individual just to compensate him for the help he has given so far. You're saying nothing is wrong with that? Is that what you're saying, Mr. King?
If you are saying that, I don't see it that way. I do not see Mr. President saying that he's going to give a whole chunk of the trillions that you are talking about.
A project that was 15 trillion being given to an individual.
Excuse me, please. You asked the question, so let me answer. There are different tranches and contractors who have come in, and Engineer Ubahi, not just yesterday, not when the thing was now being commissioned, has told you how they went through the procurement process. So, having said that, to call him a liar, I think I don't share that view.
Okay.
But
all right.
that we are now going to have an intermodal road that is not just a transport corridor that will have all the accomplishments.
Before we go to Port Harcourt,
I do not think.
Before we go to Port Harcourt, you said something about
an impeachable offense.
You said something about ethics, the ethical angle to it. That
yes.
Even if you have a partner who seems to be doing business with you and in government,
yes,
you have to make a declaration.
Yes.
Now, the president didn't make the declaration before the contract was awarded.
Yes.
He made it when a section of the contract has been completed.
Oh.
Does that make him liable?
How did you know that?
No, that's what you said.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Not what I said. She asked me a question and I went to her direct. I said, let's go back and play all the tapes. In fact, at one point,
no, that's not my question.
Excuse me, please.
That is not the question.
And if you're not satisfied with my question, go somebody else.
Did you get my question?
I got your question because I'm next to you, so okay. I have ears. So I'm not blind.
So what was the question,
I'm not deaf. No, don't ask me that question. You are not a
because you are not answering the question I
have answered your question, and I've told you that the Minister for Works, which I have praised to high heavens, has repeatedly told the whole world. And then I was not going to go back to tell you that part of the things we had, because you said alleged, part of the things we had is the fact that his son being on the board and all those were cleaned out.
What exactly did the minister say?
They cleaned out.
That was not the question
They went into the process and they gave you reasons why High-Tech and Chaguri were given that contract. You can tell, excuse me please, you can tell me you are not satisfied with that process. I don't have a problem.
I'm not. Wait. You missed my question. You talked about ethics. Hold on, sir. You talked about ethics.
Yes, I did.
That it is allowed in business practice.
Yes.
If you have an interest in a company and you are in government, you declare that, look, I have an interest in this company before you award the contract.
Yes.
Now, did all of that happen before the contract was awarded? And I said no. Okay. Now, when the project is being commissioned, the president makes a declaration that, look, I have an interest in this company. Does that make him culpable? Is that an infraction on our law?
Are you finished with your question?
Yes.
I heard your question.
And you didn't answer it.
No, excuse me. I answered your question. I said, you said that was not done. You said that was not done. And I said I disagree with you that was not done. Did you understand this logic? You said it was not done. Okay, how did you know it was done? Were you part of it? Have you seen the whole thing? I had the Federal Minister of Works explain that dot by dot. I heard him. And I'm prepared to give him that benefit of the doubt that all that was done. But if you don't believe what he said, and you don't believe my analysis in saying that was done, and you say that it was not done, okay, so be it. Not two persons can
be at any point in time. Here Omar, he said that President Bola Tinubu and Chaguri are business partners. Did you hear that?
Mr. Okoro, when something is obvious, we don't need to argue over it. That particular project is shrouded in fraud and deceit. That is why all of them are speaking from both sides of their mouth.
Yeah,
both Omahi and Tinubu.
We would like for you to give us, your own facts.
The fact is, I have told you here. I've told you here. Every Nigerian knows it. I told you here from the beginning. My first intro here, I told you that the National Assembly got embarrassed because of that project, and they told Omahi and Tinubu, stop that thing. Let us investigate what you are doing. Let us find out who bidded. How much is that project and where are you going to get the money? The National Assembly, up to today, Tinubu did not answer them. Rather, he continued with the project. Is that not fraud?
Is that correct?
Okay, where did the Tinubu get the money?
It's true.
He's not in the budget.
The National Assembly.
He's not in the budget.
Excuse me.
Is it in the budget?
Excuse me, I can't hear you.
He's not in the budget.
The National Assembly asked exactly what you have said, and they appeared in front of the National Assembly.
They did not. They did not.
Okay, sorry, I can't.
Don't go out. They did not. Look,
they appeared with the National Assembly.
Hold on.
They made the explanation, and the National Assembly said, "Go ahead."
They lie. They started the project. Remember very well. Remember, this was exactly what cost Bat Naji his job. Remember, geometrics. When they discovered that he has a company and he's a minister of power, immediately Jonathan asked him to leave, and he left. Now, in the case of look at how they are trying to cover it, trying to defend it. You and I know very well how long the Chagori and the high tech have been a business partner to Tinubu. You and I know. You and I know. So why would he now award the contract to them?
So
why would he do that?
So his question there. So you know already.
Yes, we could have done it with his own private business, not our own.
Very interesting. Very.
All right, welcome back from that wonderful clip of the barrister Darlington and Mr. Akin of Afenifere. You see, the truth be saying, we could not lie to ourselves. And you know, don't because it's your person or it's your tribe. See what Mr. Akin just did on this interview. It's very clear that one, he has been paid. Two, he's benefiting from Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. Three, is already claiming tribalism with what he has just done. I mean, everything that Barrister Darlington said was very true. There are empirical facts that Nigeria can see. Now, waiting with they see, not be waiting, they close our eye, with they see and they shell it. That Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration has no regard for the National Assembly, for the Senate, and for the procurement in terms of issuing jobs. I mean, Nigeria is not an inheritance, not be your father inheritance. It is not an individual ownership. It's a collective effort. Not be your family. It's not only meant for your family. We are all Nigeria. The same rights that bind us as individuals bind your children and your family, Mr. President. Well, it's not really paining me that far because I'm not really surprised because this same day we said it on this channel that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has nothing to offer. Right from the time one of the spokesperson of the campaign spokesperson for APC for 2023 presidential election, she left and said Bola Ahmed Tinubu has no blueprints of what he wants to do when he becomes a president. The woman left, and this is what we are seeing now. And we talk, we shout, Nigerians, hey, don't do this. But kudos to all Nigerians who voted for His Excellency Peter Obi and for the right candidate. If not because of the devil incarnate and the somebody who lack integrity, Muhammadu Yakubu, who has sold the country and sold his own future of his own children. Now we pass through this, and after all, it's not even only the obedient and other party. All of us gather there inside the matter. Say why they say now 2027 they come. If you still like Muhammadu, carry giver, we will constantly shake a promise on top of this matter. But still, my people, more could not give up because Nigeria must work again. Yes, this country must work again. More could not forget we must come out and vote. This time, madam, not tooth for tooth. Tit for tat. Yeah, nothing goes shaker. So for this junction, I want to come out to make it up like an episode.